This tutorial will go over the drawing tools that you have available to you. First one, you have a pen tool. Always remember, take a look at the options. You've got different ways of drawing: plain, neon, sketchy, parallel, crayon, ink. Take a look and play with the different ones. Size, of course, is how thick your pen's gonna be. So here's my pen, painting like a crayon, size 13. And here's my pen being shaded. So as you can see, you pick a different variant, even with the same color and same size, it's going to look different. Really not sure what amount stands for. Opacity is the ability to see through it or not. Right now you cannot see through it at all, but if I do, and I'll make the size much bigger so you can see this. So here is, for example, my sketchy pen, sketchy pen at opacity 94. And here is the same pen at sketchy 39%. You can see through it. I'll show you a little more better later. So those are my pen different colors. Of course, you can always go down here and pick a different color. Make sure you see the color that you want in the box. So over here kind of gives you the different color tones in here, and you want to click over here and make sure you see the different color. So now I have a different color sketchy pen. You also have the paintbrush. So with the paintbrush, you have the brush size, softness, and shape. So less soft means the edges are more defined, a little more blurry. I never really understood what step does. I guess it makes steps in between your brush. Very interesting. So you can also pick a different size. Opacity, like I said before, does the same thing. So let's pick something. And so see the steps, put spaces in between. So that now answers my question. If you can take a peek, this gives you a nice preview of what you're actually looking at when you pick the different things for your brush. Okay, mirror is none. Mirror, I'm assuming, is going to draw a mirror image on the other side. See, it's mirroring and drawing the same thing. That's vertical. Here's another mirror. Horizontal, as you can see, it's drawing down the bottom. I'm doing Control Z to stop it. And four-way, you've got 4 ways. So that's a kind of neat thing you can do. So that's under mirror. Okay, flow, I don't know, let's just change the flow and see what it looks like. Don't know what the flow is going to be. So if I make the flow 50%, this is a new feature, and start to draw. Oh, I'm in my 4-way. I'm just going to try to draw none. Here's flow 50%. Then I'll make flow 100% because that's what it was. To me, it basically looks like it made it a little darker, a little lighter when there's less flow. So those are the different features you have to draw for drawing on with your brush. And I'm going to undo my things that I don't want. Undo, you can either do Edit Undo or Control Z. Another thing you have, the eraser tool, which I think I should have shown you before. It erases. And you can pick the brush size. You can pick the opacity as well. Fill will fill any defined space. Now notice it went everywhere, and you might be going, why? Well, if you look, there are little holes and spaces. So think of it as if you were dumping paint. If I dumped paint in here and there was a little space, it would go everywhere. But remember, you can always do Edit Undo and get rid of it. So if I wanted to close up my holes, or for example, you could also use the Shape tool. I'm sorry, jumping ahead. Let me just close the holes. So if I close all these holes and then I go back and I fill, it just fills the box. So it has to fill a defined space that has no openings. Okay? So, Shape tool, Look, draws the different shapes. This is the color that it will be filled in with. Okay? This draws a rounded rectangle. This draws ellipses. This draws straight lines. I'd like you to notice something over here. Notice we have new layers. So just so you know, when you use the shape tool, it adds another layer. So look, I could hide it, show it. This comes into play as you start to rearranging things. So those are the basics of the drawing tools.